Hello, Ray Nick Tiro here. This is what I'm calling a forensic quickie. A real quick video about a given topic that maybe we could use in forensics in some of our investigation, but it's a basic understanding of computers. Alrighty. I think most of us do understand, or we believe we understand, what is the difference between a copy and a move. Let me go up to my screen. I already have some things up on my screen. Basically, what you're looking at is a video that I created, and I want to copy this over to the desktop. And if I'm gonna, before I do that, I'm gonna look at the properties of it real quickly. I can see that it's a little under 2 gigs, 1.79 gigs. It's a pretty big file, not gigantic, but a pretty big file. If I was to look at some of the details associated, it's telling me frames per second and bit rate. But more importantly, down here, it's telling me the data was created and who created it, what computer it got created on. That becomes important in other areas. The owner is set up. That happens to be the user account on my given machine. And if I do a straight copy over to the desktop, and I'll move over the completion rate, you can see it's taking a little bit of time, obviously. It's copying a fairly large document, 1.79 gigabyte document, someplace else. All right. So there it is. If I was to run this through a hash calculator, I would see that they were identical. Now, let me delete this, the copy, not the original. And now I think all of us do understand that when I deleted that document, it's still on the hard drive somewhere, right? It just, the inode table, the table that keeps track of where things are, it basically says it's still out there, but the inode table kind of got stripped out, or it deleted from the end. And in other videos and other lectures, we're going to do some demonstrations where we will recover deleted files. Okay, so a bunch of things happen here. I made a second copy of an original. I then deleted it, and I know, not going to investigate it today. I know that that copy is just hanging out there. That the only thing that got wiped out was the entry in the inode table to say, okay, if you go looking for this second document, it's over there. But it's there and we can recover it. Let's talk about a move. A move's a little bit different. If I do a right click and I drag it over here, and this time I say move it, almost instantaneous. Well, it's a move. What happened there? Well, nothing really did happen. It really didn't move anywhere. What happened was the entry in the inode table said it's no longer in this subdirectory, it's in this other subdirectory. So the only thing that changed, where the original document was located, that didn't change at all. The inode table said, hey, I'm moving you, I'm changing it so it looks like it's in another folder, but it's just how the hardware works. If I was to go to the properties of it, and I look at details, nothing really changed because again, the only thing that changed was the entry in the inode table saying it's in a different subdirectory, but it did not physically, and this is important, it did not physically move anywhere in the drive. So in a copy, you're creating a whole new entity, you're creating a whole new file. In a move, on the same hard drive, I didn't mention that before. A move on the same hard drive just changes the inode table because it's for efficiency. Okay. Let me move this back to this empty folder. We're going to say move. We notice that, boom, it's instantaneous again. Let's move it to a different hard drive or a physically different storage medium. Before I was moving on the same hard drive or the same storage medium, it changed the inode table. I'm going to move it over here to a little flash drive that I have. I'm just going to move it over the top. I don't care where I move it. But the important part is I'm physically moving it off of one drive, moving it off of one drive, and moving it to another drive. That's kind of interesting. Well, what's happening is it's not really doing a move. It is what is referred to as a copy move. It's actually copying the file from the original drive, copying it over to the new drive. It's making a whole new, and this is important, it's making a whole new copy at the other drive. And then it deletes the original inode entry so it looks like it's disappeared. Now, what's important in the forensics world, I know it's taken a long time, it's an external drive. What's important in the forensics world was we call it a copy move. Sometimes you even hear it called a copy delete, meaning that it first copied it over to the second drive and then it deletes it from the first drive. Well, we know, or we will definitely know by the end of the semester, we know that if we delete a file off a hard drive, it's still on the hard drive. It's just deleting the entry in the inode. So there it goes. And if I was to look at my flash drive, there it is. There's the thing. The hash value hasn't changed because it is a copy, but it's really a copy delete. It's taking it from one drive, copying it to the other, and then deleting it or removing the inode entry so the file is still there. People know that if you delete a file, there's a good chance you can recover it. But a lot of people don't think about if you move a file from one drive to another, you're actually copying it and then doing just a standard delete off that machine. Now, before I break my computer any further, this was a forensics quickie. I hope you got something out of it.